Welcome back once again to the channel. This week we're spending our entire time behind the wheel of this 2024 Ford Mustang GT. And I mean, the color just speaks for itself. Look at this, yellow. I mean, people are gonna see me coming, they're gonna hear me coming, and they're gonna know exactly what I am when you look at this thing. Let's take a quick little walk around. You can see really nice daytime running LEDs. They're not flashing in real life, that's just because of the camera. You can see we've got blacked out rims. Usually I'm not a fan of blacked out rims here, but in the case of the yellow plus the blacked out rims, we are going to take it. Mustang on the brake calipers. They are also Brembo, which we do like as well. Come to the side, we got the 5.0 badge right there. Really low stance, really cool look though. Over to the rear quickly, quad exhaust, of course, nothing less. Nice GT badge, those iconic Mustang tail lights. A nice little wing here, nothing too crazy, but also not bad. Really nice. You can see how much ground clearance we're working with here as well. And I've got it in the track mode here, but also let me show you the trunk space, which was surprisingly good. Well, I didn't expect it to be this good. Surprisingly, a lot of room here. So we're gonna have a great week. Let's hop in. I'm gonna give you my first impressions. I've got the 6-speed manual transmission, as you can see right here, right inside there next to my orange juice bottle. Boom, 6-speed manual. I'm gonna give you my impressions, let's do it. All right, welcome in the 2024 Mustang GT. You saw the exterior, all yellow. I'm turning heads because, look, I'm yellow, I'm a Mustang. Two of those things combined will turn heads just, you know, like anything. But then you get a load of this exhaust noise, this loud muscle car that pulls like an absolute freight train. Honestly, I haven't really even given it any real beams yet because I picked it up yesterday, it was rainy. You know, I'm really trying to be careful. I don't want to scrap Ford's wonderful car, you know, because they might not lend me another one, and I definitely would love to drive another one of these. The fact that this thing is manual makes things even better. I just can't even describe to you how much fun this manual has been. It's a little weird. The engagement point, you can tell the clutch has been used heavily by other people. The engagement point's quite high up. It's not necessarily in the middle, so I wonder what it would be like to drive like a new one with a new transmission, all that. So let's throw her in sport mode here. Let's give it some space. Alrighty. And let's hope we stay out of jail, because that's loud. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that's second gear, and it's loosey. I don't even know what the end of third is. Like, I don't even redline it. You can't. How could I even redline this thing on a public road? How could I do that? Oh man, that downshift was hard and aggressive. I don't know if it liked it or hated it, but whoa, I can't even, I mean, I could probably go to redline in second gear and hit the highway speeds in this thing. It is so powerful. Pulls like an absolute horse. An absolute horse, the Mustang, believe it or not, pulls like a Mustang. Oh my God. Oh man, I can't get enough of it. Oh, what is that? That's ridiculous. And it's like, I'm going 80 and I can just downshift and I'm barely at 4,000 RPMs. Like, isn't that ridiculous? Oh my goodness. I don't know that I've ever driven a car with this much behind its wheel, because it just makes you angry because you can't use all of it. Oh man, what would this thing be like on a track? And if this is what the GT is, I can't imagine what kind of steroids they've put the Dark Horse on. Hello. Whoa. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. Woohoo! I don't even need to hit fourth. I don't. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So like my last manual and my last kind of like, I guess you could call it semi-performance vehicle was like the Elantra N. That's the last manual that was a performance that I got out of. It's obviously not comparable, but like I'd have to get up to fourth gear to get going. Not the Mustang. No, sir. Holy moly, that's fast. So, I mean, handling wise, I think I'm pretty good. It's a heavy beast. Like it does handle heavy, if that makes sense. But the speed and straight line speed is definitely there. I definitely have to be careful with cold tires, because it's not like most manuals that I'm used to driving and like I can just give it full bars and it just kind of sticks. The Mustang likes to break loosey a little bit. Okay, so whoa. What a morning. 10:32 in the morning. I'm tearing up the streets. I don't care. I'm having the best time ever. I'm in a yellow Mustang. Say what you will about Mustang drivers. Okay, understand it. They hit the, you know, they love a good crowd. But, I mean, for me, for a week, we're going to be careful. We're going to have fun. I mean, that was fun. Like, I'm not even going, that's the sad thing, is I'm not even going to approach the limit of what this Mustang can truly do. And I'm still going to have a blast. And I think even if I was to own it, unless I really took it on the track and could go full throttle, all out, you know, because I could go all out in this, sure, but like I'd hit traffic like before I even know it. And also I'd probably go to jail because first of all, it's the loudest thing I've ever heard. And it's probably one of the louder things the cops have ever heard. I'm not using the track exhaust because that's on another level. And that will definitely get me in trouble for absolutely no reason. But I mean, you can hear me coming, you can see me coming. And I mean, the radars, we're not allowed radar detectors here in Quebec. So I am not allowed to detect my friends in blue. So yeah, it's unfortunate that I won't be able to like actually approach even close to the limit. But I actually don't know, like if you buy this car and you don't track it, can you approach the limit of it? Because like on the street, how, where, like on the highway, even like I can get to 120 in third. Like what? That's ridiculous. Oh my God, that just sounds so good. Like, but that's fun enough. That's the good thing is like, you don't need to approach the limit of the car to actually have fun with it. Where things like the Elantra N and stuff, you kind of really needed to approach the limit to get the really loud pops and bangs and stuff. And like, obviously it would do it on downshifts, but like this one, you don't need to. It's just whenever you want a little bit of noise, you want to hear a nice exhaust sound, just tap the throttle, tap the throttle, tap the throttle. You know, that's all you got to do. So that's fun. That's really fun. And also comfort. I think it speaks to the GT aspect where like, you know, Mustangs are kind of made for long road trips, sort of. It's actually very comfortable, even in sport mode, even if it's stiffest suspension, it's very, very comfortable. And I'm just sitting very nicely here with like really no complaints, honestly. And then when I downshift, got rev match, of course, makes me feel like a king. Especially in this thing, you want the to really go out. But obviously you can turn it off if you want, and you can do that all by yourself. But I prefer actually the rev matching. Whenever manual transmission cars that I have it, I usually use it. It's just easier to use for me. I like it. But yeah, so far, manual's been fun. Transmission's been easy to use, but like I said, the engagement point's a little weird. It took some getting used to. Like, see, the clutch was engaged, and I was basically off the pedal. Which I don't know if that's like a racy thing or not, but it's my first time using. If that's the case, if it's more of like a racy transmission where it's just meant to add gas and dump, that could be it. I just feel like it's a little bit there. But that's not, I don't think that's a problem with Ford. I think that's a problem with just, you know, general popular use, because this car is a very popular car, I think, among journalists. I mean, what enthusiast does not want to sit in one of these? Couldn't tell you. So yeah, that's gonna do it. So I know it's gonna be a little bit long. This video is gonna be a little bit longer because I'm very, very passionate about the Mustang. I am just gonna have fun, and I want to take you along with me because you guys are honestly the reason I sit in these vehicles. So if I can give you the sound, if I can give you the feeling of what it's like to live with without maybe actually driving it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna film so much stuff for you guys. So make sure you subscribe, like right now, because it only gets crazier from here. Like if I can get this, sky's the limit. So let's go. I'll pick it back up a little bit later when I find different things, and I'll show you all the infotainment, everything there is to know. I'm going to show you it all as we go through the week here. All right, so sitting inside now, the interior of the Ford Mustang GT. Let's take you around this thing, as I have kind of like, I've pretty much learned it. There isn't a whole lot to go over, so we'll do it quickly. I do have memory seats here in the Mustang GT, which is interesting. Didn't expect to see it. Very nice. I've got some controls here on my left-hand side for, you know, my illumination control as well as my lighting, and I can open the trunk from here. 3 pedals down there. I don't know if you can see it. Nice leather-wrapped steering wheel. Feels very good, very sporty. I don't really need much from it, honestly. Like, nice Mustang logo right there. So here we go. So I can have my adaptive cruise control. It's definitely there. Lane keep assist is there. And then my mode buttons are, you know, going to switch between my drive modes. I'll show you that in a second. Then I can click this button when I'm in normal mode, and I can kind of on the fly change the steering. Very nice. Media controls are all here, and that's as well as how I'm going to control the digital gauge cluster right there. So you can see I'm in the track kind of theme. Yeah, so I can just kind of control everything normally. Very cool. And then here we go. We'll switch through some of the drive modes here. So I think I'm in normal mode now. We'll go down into sport. You get like these cool animations for all of them. Track, drag and strip, slippery, and then custom. And you can set that custom mode to whatever you want. I'll show you how to do that in a second. But in terms of gauge cluster stuff, I have it just set to 1, but you could have like normal. You could also do sport. I'll take you through all of them because we're here. Track looks pretty cool. I like the track one the most, honestly. You got calm. Then you've also got the classic one. So we've got the classic 6768 cluster. Then we've also got the Fox Body 8793, and then we have the SVT Cobra 99 and 01. So very cool, but I like to just keep it straight up in track mode. Very cool. And yeah, so we'll move on to our infotainment screen here. You can see I've got a Mustang. It's not the same color or anything, but I can still kind of take you through, go around it. I got track apps right here, which you're going to see acceleration timer, brake performance, lap timer, launch setting, shift indicator. This is where you're going to turn off your rev matching, your launch control, and your line locking. So that's going to be useful. You have your auxiliary gauges. So I guess if you're racing or drag stripping, you're going to want to see that. Then you have your custom modes. This is where I can kind of choose which custom mode is active when I turn custom mode on. You can have 6 different profiles for it. So you can see I have one that's like quiet. I have one that's like sport, but kind of not. Then I have like stuff that's in track mode, stuff like that. And you can kind of customize that all on the fly there. So that's very nice. You can also, you know, I'm in normal mode right now, normal mode right now, and I can customize right away my different exhaust modes, and I can just press quiet and then it goes quiet. Don't know why you would do that, but there it is. Then you can change your color, and that's how it's changing the gauge cluster. Then I have dual zone automatic climate control that's controlled via the touchscreen. There's no buttons in here, which some people are gonna hate. You see there's like a few buttons for quick access, but there's really not that much. But everything's easy to use. I kind of understand everything. It's all laid out for you right there. It's really not hard. I usually keep things on auto anyways. Heated seats, heated steering, the buttons are right there. It's cold today, so I'm actually using my heated steering. The vents right here, very nice. Kind of like an interesting material, like with the leather here that goes across. Very nice, good looking little Mustang logo there. I've got all my favorite buttons here, so this will bring up the customization screen. Red start stop button, traction control off, you know, the hazard lights, favorite button, and then a max defrost. Then you have your volume tuning knob, wireless charger, USB-C, USB-A as well. Very cool. Then I have this guy right here, the 6-speed manual transmission, very nice and short throwing shifter, very good. I don't have the kind of pulley handbrake. I've got the electronic one. It is always an electronic one, but you have like a fake one in some of the Mustang trims that I've seen, so I don't have that. 2 cup holders, little storage right in here, not bad. It can store some stuff. Seats are very comfortable. There's basically basic leather, nothing crazy. I'll talk a bit more of that when we drive a little bit more. Mustang carpets, and yeah, decent rear view visibility. You're not fitting in that back seat. That's crazy. I'm going to try to put my baby seat in there, and maybe if I can, I'll document it. But yeah, I don't think I will. But yeah, quick little overview of the interior. Very nice place to spend time. I really don't have that much complaint. All right, back outside finally with the Mustang GT. It's been raining and disgusting all week. You can see the ground's still wet because of how much it rained here in Montreal. But I want to talk about something. I think that Ford is on to something. Being the last of the muscle car era, because the Charger's gone, the Challenger's gone, and the Camero is also gone. Right? The Charger is being replaced by something electric. Will that be cool? Who knows? It definitely won't have a V8. So, you know. So I want to know what you think about that. Do you think that Ford is onto something? Do you think that it looks cool? Because look, the way that they spec this vehicle here with this kind of black rims and yellow body, which by the way goes away in 2025. So if you like this yellow body, you got to get a 24. And with the black rims, it kind of gives me straight up Transformers Bumblebee vibes. But Bumblebee can't exist in 2025 or 2026 because Ford has stopped making them completely. So I think that's cool. And it does give me Camaro vibes, like the big hips in the back. You can see these big wide fenders, right? Like it really gives me, I just feel like sometimes when I look out in my driveway, it, you know, could remind me a bit of a Camaro. And that's fine because Ford can kind of copy whoever they please because they're the only ones doing it now. So they kind of can take from everybody and just make the best muscle car possible. This thing is a looker. I mean, this thing, come on. If you're going to have a car like this, it kind of has to be in a color like this, right? What do you think about the color? What do you think about, you know, it being the last muscle car? Are you done with muscle cars, or you wish they still stuck around a little bit longer? All right, so now we're back in the car, on the road, Mustang GT. Finally, I've got good weather. I've had like a couple of days with it where it's kind of been shaky and dark, so couldn't really film this part of the week with video, but now I can, so it's been very good. So like I'm almost at the end of my week, and I hate it. I dread the day that I got to give this car back. But as is with every car that I enjoy, I've got to give it back. But The reason why I want to keep it is because, first of all, this car looks phenomenal. I love the yellow exterior with the black rims. It's just grown on me over the week. You know, I stand out. And when you're driving a car like this, I don't know, I feel like you kind of want to stand out maybe. You kind of want eyes on you, and I definitely have those. So that's really nice. It's got performance out the waz. I mean, like, I can't even explore the full power band of this vehicle. Like, I can get around town in second gear. It's also really hard to stall it. Like, it'll just not stall. Like, it's very forgiving. You know, I've done some like beginner rookie mistakes with this thing, and it just doesn't care. It just holds. First gear, pull. Second gear, pull. It doesn't like when you drop the clutch at low speed, but my goodness, like, basically third gear, I'm doing well over highway speeds. Like, what in the world? It's just unbelievable. Like, I don't even need to go to the end of third gear, and I'm already like able to pass anybody on the highway at any time. It's ridiculous. I'm in sport mode too, but I could do the same thing in normal mode. This car just wants to rip. It just wants to fly. And I am here for it. I mean, like, it just makes me feel like I'm walking around with 30 pounds of muscle. And I am. Even when I get out of the car, I'm walking around like this. You know, it's like, it changes your ego, the Mustang. And I know the memes, the Mustang does love a crowd, and it is true that it will break loose if I just dump the clutch and give it as much gas as I can from second to third. Maybe that's because I'm a rookie manual driver and I don't know where, you know, exactly to shift for the Mustang yet, but still, it will break loose, but there's no crowds around me, so we've been okay, no problem. And yeah, so far, like, I really haven't had any glitches or anything like that. I mean, the sound cut out for a while, and then I had to reboot the system. That was it, and it only happened once. So I don't know long-term, is that going to be an issue? Maybe. It could be, I can't tell you, because I only have it for a week, and so far, like I said, almost at the end of my week here, no problem. It handles really well too for what it is, for a heavy V8 muscle car. It's still like, I still feel the handling. It still feels like a sports car handling. I think this thing would tear up a track, absolutely no worries. It would probably set a decent lap time, even knowing it's not the dark horse, and I don't have the performance pack on here. I don't think I need it. I think all you need is that exhaust, that variable exhaust that can be sport mode, track mode, whatever. You need that. Gives you a bit of extra horsepower, that one. But we don't need the upgraded Brembo brakes. I don't feel like I need the rear wing. I think in this configuration, like, it's actually way cheaper this way. I got the premium package, which does help a lot, but still, I don't care about that. It's it's been really, really good in the configuration that I have, and this is probably the configuration that I would go out and get, because I feel like it's the best value for the Mustang. You got the speed, you got the roar, you got the V8, you got the horsepower, it's manual transmission. I mean, like, what else could I ask for? And also, the seats are really, really comfortable. They just hold me well. I can just drive around no problem like this. And yeah, like, I've done long trips with it. Like, I spent a couple hours in the car, straight, no back problems. Like, I feel like it really holds up to, like, its GT kind of name, Grand Tour. It can do a Grand Tour. Yeah, so, like, also rev match downshifting, dream scenario. Gotta love having that. I wouldn't be able to live without it, honestly, because it's just so solid. When you are a beginner manual driver, you do want a rev match downshifting vehicle, so that is good for me. And the Mustang takes care of all that. And again, adds to the fact that you could do long road trips. You're not going to be constantly worried about rev matching or anything like that. Yeah, the car just wants to go, though. Like, it just absolutely, if I give it gas, it's like, finally, and it just absolutely wants to rip my neck out. And I love it. I love it for that. Like, I'm a fan. I get the hype around Mustangs. I get why I see so many on the road. Maybe not 24s yet, but I understand it. I understand why so many, like, older crowd kind of, you know, take their retirement money, buy a Mustang, because there's just a sound to it. And the future is uncertain, right? Like, we don't know if Ford will kill the Mustang and follow suit with, you know, Chevrolet and Dodge, who have basically killed their muscle car lineups. We don't know what they will do. So far, I know for sure that they have a 2025 car. You can't get it in yellow, which is a shame, because I like it in yellow. But there is a 2025 car. I don't think there's anything changed from 24 to 25. So you might as well get a 24. Probably save a couple of bucks if you're interested in it, but after that, they haven't really said anything, right? They're not going to probably not going to know about it until next year, whether they make a last tribute edition or not. I hope they don't. I hope they stay the last in the market until the very end, because EVs are cool, and you can make a muscle car EV, I'm sure, and you can make it cool and have quirky features, but you'll never get that V8 sound. You will never get it from an electric vehicle. That's just not how it works. So there's a bike path. Okay. I don't know if I have any cyclists that watch the channel, but there's a bike path, like a visible bike path. And this cyclist is in the middle of the road. Like, I'm all for sharing the road and stuff, but like, dude, use the bike path. It's right there. All right, that's my rant. Little pull in second gear, and I'm doing the speed limit. I did it loudly, but I'm doing the speed limit, and it's like, what in the world? I can't ever explore the full range of this car without taking it on the track. And for some people that might be like, well, it's pointless to buy, but I don't know. I feel like having all that power is still a lot of fun because you can hear it. And there might be times where you can take it to the track and actually just have a blast. And if I ever own this thing, I would have to bring it to track days. I would have to buy it. Like, definitely this thing is an investment to fully use it to its absolute full potential. Like taking it to the drag strip, taking it to the track. Like, you're going to have to buy different, tires. You're going to have to make sure you have like all the stuff ready to go for it. And you're probably going to use your brakes a lot more than the average user would. But still, I feel like if you're willing to make the investment in this car, you're maybe willing to go that far and do it anyways, and you're probably an enthusiast. And if you do, you'll enjoy it, and you'll be able to like explore the absolute true power of the Mustang. And I'm here for it. Hey, Ford, if you're watching, put me on a track in a Mustang. It's had a good lap time. But yeah, I'll leave it there for now. I'll pick it back up a little bit later, but the week's almost done, so we're almost done with everything, unfortunately. But we still got a bit more to go, so I'll pick it back up later. Welcome back to the outside. Again, the Mustang GT. This time we're at night, and I want to show you, I've got the premium package, so that allows me to have this really cool kind of animation up front. So get close to it. There you go. Boom. You can see the horse on the side there, and the taillights give us a little show. Very cool. That happens every single time you walk up, day or night. It'll do it every time. And if I can catch it quick, the backlights are doing it too. Sort of. Oh, they just went solid. But they do that kind of flash, and you have the pony right there. Inside, if you want to check it out, it is very nice. We'll hop in here, close this door, and we'll start it up. Very loud startup at nighttime, but I've got like a little bit of ambient lighting right there in the doors, nothing in the back seat, but you don't need it. A little bit here in the footwell, you can see it kind of reflects off my shoes. I've got it red. You can change the color though if you want. So yeah, this thing looks awesome at nighttime. All right, actually a nice day for once with the Mustang. I've been getting crappy weather all week, but I haven't showed you the startup yet. So it unlocks and locks as I walk up or walk away, which is very nice. I'm just gonna put this down in there. All right, so let's hop in. I'm gonna start it up. Pretty much a cold start. Have not started it all day today, but it is warmer outside, so, but it still should roar to life like it likes to do. So, since it is a manual, foot on the brake, foot on the clutch, start button right here. Yeah, that's loud. Nice little startup animation for there. And then, I don't even know if you can hear me. I doubt you can hear me. Yeah, probably one of the loudest startups I've had all year, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Wake up the neighbors, wake up the neighborhood with this thing. It's nice. Okay, back outside one last time with the Mustang GT. I have to give it back today because I'm actually switching cars pretty shortly, and I hate it. I hate that I have to give this thing up. I am picking up something pretty cool, which you'll see in a week or two on the channel. I won't tell you what it is, but still, I just love this Mustang. I think like the Night Pony package with the premium package is like the sweet spot. I don't know if I need the performance package because I don't know if I'd track this thing if I owned it and dailied it anyways, or maybe I do it like once or twice a year max. So the track package really adds a lot of money to my value, or a lot of money to my expenses, without really giving me that much value, because I already can't push this thing to the absolute limit. So the performance package does nothing for me anyways. But this looks phenomenal, and it sucks because I found out they actually are taking away the yellow paint color for 25. I looked on the website, you can't option it at all. So yeah, sucks. I love it in yellow. I think this is like one of my favorite looking Mustangs. Like I've seen the black ones, the red ones. The blue one is attractive too. I'd have to see it in person, but this yellow one is really, really good. So unfortunately, let's hop in one last time. We'll do another couple of rips. I'll give you my final impressions for this Mustang GT. I really don't want to do it. I just want to stand here and just talk about it because that means I don't have to give it back. But yeah, let's hop in and we'll do that. Back out in the Mustang for one last time. One last joyride, and the roads are wet, of course, my luck. So yeah, can't do too many rips, but you know what? It's okay. I've had my fix over like the entire week of opening this car up and, you know, really feeling the V8 under my seat here, and it's just been an absolute bucket list car to drive. Honestly, it's been such a dream come true to be behind the wheel of one of these things, because the future for the Mustang is not certain. I don't know if come 2025 it's gonna, you know, the car is in production in 2025, but will it be on the press fleet? I can't tell you. It's kind of too early to speak to it. As of right now, I only got 24s around, so you know, you never know when a car like this is going to come across your desk, and I'm grateful that I got the opportunity because it is so good. It is so much fun as a muscle car. You just got to be careful. You can't, you know, you can't push the limit. The car is very good at kind of showing you where the limit is, and if you step over it, you know, you're going to end up in some trouble. But as long as you keep things calm most of the time, you're going to be okay. And I mean, that's one of the things, is this thing's got so much power that just general daily driving, you're not going to get to the end of it. Like I can get around my city in second gear, you know, like no problems. And you know, even on the highway, I'm pretty much in fourth, and I'm not even like that loud. So, you know, this thing has a lot more to give, a lot more than I'm probably ever going to be able to like use in not only a week, but even if I own this thing for like a summer, it would still be the same thing. Unless I take it to the track and seriously see what it's got, I mean, I'm never going to see the full extent of it. And some people will think that's cool. To me, it's unfortunate because obviously you'd love to just, you know, rip this thing around all the time. But like when I have bad weather and stuff, I'm not going to do it. And the only thing that would stop me from making this my daily driver is the fact that I don't know if I would want to drive a rear-wheel drive car during the winter. That's a big one. The winter here in Quebec is not good most of the time. It's pretty brutal. There's a lot of ice. There's a lot of like build up. Sometimes it's like all ice, rain, and just like hell. Basically, the winter here is just absolute chaos. And like, you know, I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on a Mustang and then have it ruined. So this is one of those cars that if you have the money to buy it, absolutely do it. Absolutely do it. But if you want to make it a daily driver and you deal with winter conditions, I don't know. I would have to drive one to tell you like definitively, but I can already tell you enough that like it would worry me a little bit to attempt to drive it in, you know, worse conditions than just rain. But other than that, the car's been comfortable. I've actually been able to fit my baby inside the car, which is crazy. You know, it was just a whim kind of thing. Me and my wife just decided like, let's try and do this, and it worked. So I'm surprised it worked. If you're in a pinch, it's not practical, but it does work, and I think that's important to note. I really don't want to end the video because it means that I'm one step closer to stepping out of this thing for, I don't know until when. You know, maybe in a couple of years down the road, I'll own one of these, because I think the 2024, the 7th generation, might be my favorite looking generation, and we have the Coyote V8, and it's like, it's got a lot of stuff going for it. So if I can find an manual a couple of years down the road, I'll definitely become a Mustang owner, and at that point it'll make sense to store it in the winter and all that stuff, because I won't be paying the full price. And these things should depreciate, hopefully, and then we'll get our hands on a nice one. But I'm so glad that I got to drive it. It's been such a solid daily driver for the summer that, yeah, I've been turning heads, you know, annoying people, getting myself into trouble with others that don't like my loud engine and a child driving a Mustang. It is what it is, right? It's so loud. I love the exhaust sounds. You know, I'm going to try to play them for you regularly throughout the video, and you've definitely heard me absolutely rip up this thing. So yeah, I'll go ahead and leave the video there. Make sure you leave a like if you like the video. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss a new video. I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of my time with the Mustang. Thanks so much for watching. You're the reason I get to do this, and it's never lost on me the opportunities that my audience gives me, so thank you so much. I'll see you next week. See you next car. Take care.